What a performance from everybody out there on the field. Shutout against Simon, get a share of the GDAC title, try to finish that up this week. But what a way for the final regular season home game.
It was as complete a football game as we've played, and offense, defense, and kicking game. All three phases contributed to that final score. So obviously it was a great way to send our seniors out on senior day. A lot of emotion. Senior day is always a very emotional day, not just for the seniors, but their families as well. Their coach, who remembers recruiting each of these young men, and for this senior group, and there were 18 seniors total, to go out with that type of win was fantastic. They certainly have contributed so much to our program. We'll leave this program in far better shape than I think they found it when they entered, even though the five-year seniors entered in 2011, which was our GNAC championship year with a 9-1 football team. But a great group of young men. It's been a privilege to coach them. The great thing about this senior day that makes it different than past senior days is things aren't over. There's so much still to play for, an opportunity, and one that is completely within our grasp and our control, to play another game in the Redwood Bowl. So a lot of football hopefully left for this football team and this senior group. But yeah, special day, special group of young men.
Do you feel like to be assured a home game for the playoffs, you're going to have to win this Saturday and then at Western?
Well, that's certainly how we look at it. And again, a lot of other things will go on over the last 2 weeks with the other conferences, the other teams in our region as well. And you cannot get caught up in that. It's just we need to go out and take care of business. And this week, that is Dixie State. We take nothing for granted. We certainly were able to win convincingly the first go-around with them. But we also are watching tape of a Dixie team that is vastly improved, an offense that is scary good in their ability to run the football, a freshman quarterback that ran for 291 yards, I think it was, and an offense that ran for nearly 600 yards last week. So again, we don't take anything for granted. We will prepare this week as we have each and every week. We respect our opponent. And we do with Dixie State, certainly, and then it's get ready to play at a very high level. And certainly there's no lacking for motivation on our end, and we're not taking anything for granted. We're going to win an outright championship, and we do that with a victory on Saturday. And right now that is our total focus.
Defense, the shutout last week, going over to Dixie, they're going to have their hands full with the win that Dixie's coming off of. How will the defense approach on Saturday?
It's similar to the first time around, is that when we played Dixie. The week before, Dixie had beat Central Washington and had run for over 400 yards, had a huge offensive game there. So again, we're getting a Dixie team that is coming in off a great previous or great performance the week prior. But I'll tell you what, I'm so proud of our defense. Getting a shutout at this level is a difficult thing to do, and it was great for the defensive coaches, for Coach Kochaver, our defensive coordinator, his first shutout as a coordinator, and then for our players, certainly just a really solid game, against a team that we knew was going to throw the ball 50 plus times, and they did. But again, we kept them in front of us when they completed passes. We were able to put enough pressure on him to force mistakes with 2 interceptions. And then just, again, I think our defense continues to make progress. And we're actually getting some players back, which is an added bonus right now. We got Drew Dubois back Saturday, and he was able to get through the game with no problems. He had been out for 3 weeks. And then we get Daniel Castro, a corner, back for us. Daniel went out earlier in the season at South Dakota. So to have those 2 players back adds to a defense that is playing, some very good football for us right now. And so, again, it's a group of kids that on both sides of the ball, as you heard, Jonathan Rose say, they love playing together, love playing with one another, and they're having fun doing what we're doing. So they're excited when game day rolls around.